Yo, my people, what is up, everyone? Hope everybody's doing well and okay, and hope you guys are all good. Big up to my brother from another mother, the one and only Football Power Abo in the chat. First and foremost, make sure you check out his channel. My brother doing great things around football and content. A great channel, a great, entertaining, funny channel which you can get involved in, and he brings you on his shows, and he has a lot of games. So big up to my guy, Football Power Hour. I got a lot of love time for you, man. I hope you're good, my guy. I hope you're blessed. I hope God is blessing you and keeping you healthy and well. Big up to Ibrahim as well, man. I hope you're well, brother. I hope all is good. Hope you're doing well. If you're not doing well, talk to me as well. Why you're not doing well, and I'm here. Big up my guy Squeezy, man. My OG mod. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope you're well. I hope you're good. I hope you're blessed and healthy. If you anything wrong, you know I'm one call away, man. You got my digits. I'm one call away. Big up to Chris. I hope you're well. I don't think I've seen you before. I may have done, but big up to Chris as always. You know what I'm saying? Hope you're well. Was in Clayton today. What a dump. Clayton, where's Clayton now? Where the hell is Clayton? You mean Clayton Hotel? Or Clayton the area? Clayton in Manchester. Oh, right. Yeah. It's near Openshaw and them sides. Yeah. I hear it. Yeah, Manchester got some nice areas and some not so nice areas. And that's with everywhere. That's with everywhere, man. Unlike Birmingham, which is just a shithole in itself. I hope the Brum boys don't listen and start running up on me. I'm just joking, bro. I'm just an entertainer. Bring up the Brum Mandem. Day 17. We're on day 17. We are past the halfway. But the Birmingham Mandem say they got a beach. And you know, X, Y, and Z. The Birmingham got nothing but a bull with massive testosterone balls. That's all the Birmingham got. That's all Birmingham has. Birmingham, you know, has tried to be Manchester for so long, and it's just a shame. Birmingham is like Arsenal, bro. Not even Arsenal, probably. Just like, I don't even know, bro. Birmingham just, they're not even Newcastle, because even Newcastle is later than Birmingham. I don't know, bro. Birmingham, they're not even in the Premier League. I mean, fucking hell. What else you want me to say? Straight off the back, no, bro, why do you, man, keep thinking just because I don't do 1 week or one show with Rance or Saeed that we have fallen out? Stop, bro. Like, these are my family members. I don't understand what you, man, are, like, straight away, I don't do 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you think, like, we've fallen out. These people are my family members, bro. I can never fall out with Rance and Saeed, bro, and Nuruddin. Like, I would do mad thing for them, and they would go above and beyond for me. I was just about to go live with Rance half an hour ago, but unfortunately he's had some technical issues, and we weren't able to go live. I was supposed to go live at 10 o'clock, and I was supposed to be live with Rance for Red Talk from 8 something till 10, but unfortunately he's had some tech difficulties today. So not being able to go live. So I hope he gets all of his stuff sorted. Do you know what I'm saying? But make sure Rance is fighting in August. Go on his page and all the details are there. And if you can't make it physically, that's not a problem. He's got a pay-per-view link, and the pay-per-view is only £5. Any man that gets in the ring, you must support. It takes a lot of balls and cojones to go up in the ring in front of people who are paying to watch two men, you know, ras it out, basically. So make sure you go and at least buy the pay-per-view, which is only £5. All the links are in his description, in his title, in his videos and everything. Would you take a bullet for Rance? I wouldn't have to, because I'm too quick. I'd just grab the bullet and throw it back at the person who shot it. I'm too quick. You saw me catch an insect before, bro, on live. I've caught insects before. I can catch anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, yeah, I don't. But a bullet is nothing, bro. I'm Bengali, bro. We live underwater. Do you know what I'm saying? A bullet can't stop me. Do you know what I'm saying? WPR response. Oh man, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. So I wanna chat to you lot. Faz, other than YouTube, do you work 9 to 5? No, no, I do not work a 9 to 5, which I did, and I may do in the future. But right now, I'm just focused on myself, my fast, my fitness, and YouTube. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm focused on. And just the number one thing is just get my fast done, get spiritually right, mentally right, physically right, and become a proper man. Do you know what I'm saying? An honorable man. That's the most important thing right now. Everything else is secondary and will follow. Um, I just came in the stream and you're talking shit about my city. Say, oh, you're from Birmingham as well. Fucking hell. Damn, got a couple of Brum boys in the chat today. Um, what? Do YouTube pay good? It depends. Well, look, it all depends. You know, I think you asked me this the other day. Does YouTube pay good? Um, it's all about a community, especially when you're streaming, right? It's about your community and how generous they are. So for example, I do a lot of streams which get copyrighted, right? Regularly. I play music on stream. I'll watch random videos on stream. And the fact is, the reason why I do that, or I'm able to do that, is people are generous. So there are members who are very generous. There are people who donate, even if it's a £1, £2, and it adds up. Do you know what I'm saying? It adds up. I'm not a big channel with thousands and hundreds and thousands of viewers, so the ad money doesn't add money, you know, if you get what I'm saying. So the community is more important. The community who donate and become members pays for the running of the channel, basically. So that's it, really. That's it. And I'm very fortunate in that sense, you know. I've got over 150 members, which I'm you know, very thankful for, and people are just so generous because they see me as authentic and they like to support, and that's what it is. If I had hundreds, thousands of views, then I would have had to, of course, tone down the copyright stuff, meaning playing music and this, that, the other. I have thought of streaming on Twitch because I just love playing music and X, Y, and Z. I just love, you know, free form streaming. But yeah, the sound is low. The sound shouldn't be low today. That's weird. The sound is same as every day. Biryani or chicken skewers? Biryani. Double your IQ or double your height? Double my height, bro. I'd be like 10 feet tall. IQ is a mad thing. IQ is a mad thing. Height, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being taller, for sure. For sure. But, you know, I say that because height is something I can't control. IQ is something I can. You can study to sharpen your brain. But you can't really grow massively taller than what you already are. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it is what it is, and I'm blessed with the height that I have. You know, there are many people in the world who are not blessed biologically in many ways. So I am thankful to God for giving me the height and giving me whatever, you know, my limbs, my height, my eyesight. You know, people are born with disabilities, so you got to be thankful for what you have. Do you know what I'm saying? How tall are you? In the summer, kilometer. In the winter, millimeter. There's your answer, Imran. YouTube needs to pattern the streaming thing. Too many restrictions here. It is a bit too many restrictions, because at the end of the day, if I'm watching a video, I'm bringing more light to the video. You never know what clip I'm watching can go viral and make something pop. Streamers need to be more freed in the YouTube scene. Obviously, Twitch is the total opposite. Like, Twitch is the streaming platform. If you're a streamer, you stream on Twitch. But I'm very happy. But the Twitch algorithm isn't designed for you to be found. It isn't designed for you to be found. Whereas YouTube, it is designed for you to be found. That's one. Number two, on YouTube, I can live, I can upload videos, I can upload shorts. I have ADHD and dyslexia, and I have a learning difficulty. I'm not, you know, I get overwhelmed quick. So I don't like these so many platforms. Like, I just like one, and I like YouTube because If I want to upload a video, boom, upload. If I want to stream, I'll stream. If I want to upload shorts, I'll upload. Once the channel is monetarily doing well enough where I can employ someone on a part-time basis, then I'll have them clip things up more and make more videos and X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And make more videos. Don't forget, when you're a small channel like mine, you have to edit yourself, do everything yourself. Now, if you go into your revenue and then pay someone, you don't really have a lot for yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the thing. I want to get to a stage on my channel where I can pay the mods. That's another thing as well. Like I want to give like a little change to the mods to monitor the chat, because if it pops, then the mods will be in the chat monitoring it. You know, clippers as well, clipping up, blah blah blah. So yeah, I want to get to that stage, and I will get to that stage one way or another one day. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just the result of consistency. That's just how life works. You keep doing, and one day you're gonna get somewhere. Is it enough for you to rely on it forever, or is it just a by step? Um, like hopefully, God willing, touch wood, God willing, um, I'm gonna grow old one day, right? If I live long enough, and I can't do YouTube when I'm in old shape. So the aim for me is make something out of YouTube, which will then help me make something even bigger. And I've said this before on stream. I'd love to own like a business where I employ mandem. Do you know what I'm saying? I employ young mandem that have the right mentality to work and stay off madness and make some good legal change for themselves and get some good CV. Basically help. I want to employ people. I don't have like a dream of, oh, I want to open the biggest franchise in the world, or I want to open this, I want to do this. I just want to have a business here where people are actually enjoying to come to work. It's fun to go to work. It's a good environment. And that would be sick. That would be like that's bigger than me. And if I'm gone, people can run that. And the ethos of the business will be there, which is the staff first, people first. The customers are even secondary. The staff are first, because if your staff are happy in your business, they will tell people, yo, I work here and he's sick. Like, come here. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's and the staff will eventually domino effect treat your customers amazing, which will then bring more business. So I would love to own a business that staff is first. You know what I'm saying? Good pay, good holiday, good healthcare. Really get a business. And my passion has always been food, isn't it? Food has always been my passion. Everybody gotta eat. So it'd probably be something to do with food, bro. I'd love to have something to do with food. I love entertainment, so it might be a entertaining spot. Could be something like that, yeah. And that is my aspiration out of my life. Something that is bigger than me. Because my father didn't leave anything, he didn't do anything with his life. My mother didn't do anything with their lives. They weren't able to, X, Y, and Z. My father messed up all his money that he got from his family. So I'm on that journey, and hopefully YouTube will help me. And I'm sure I have, God willing, many, many, many years of YouTube and of vlogging, making videos, this, that, the other. But right now I'm on a journey of uplifting everybody who comes to the stream. Do you know what I'm saying? This is a area, a safe space for young or any people in general to come and just express themselves. You know what I'm saying? We get so bogged down, we mask ourselves with so many other external things, football, this, that, entertainment. We don't actually address our own lives and what we want our own lives. Do you know what I'm saying? What do you want out of your own life going forward, going in the future? So that's what I'm on right now. That's what I'm on, and that's how the fast is going. So, fast, do you want kids? I didn't want children for a long period of my life. For a long period of my life, I did not want children. But I do now. Yeah, yeah. I would love to have children. Um, yeah, I'd love to have my own football team. Do you know what I'm saying? To be honest, if you have a fan base on YouTube, the transition to Twitch shouldn't be so bad. True, true. But the algorithm in Twitch is just not designed for you to be found. So many people have found me on YouTube just stumbling across stuff. How long can you run before you get out of breath? I can do 2 minutes, then I'm gassed. I can do about. I mean, run. Okay, so you mean running before I'm gassed? By you mean like my asshole is open? Full pelt. I mean, when I'm doing my 5K, by 2.5K, I'm feeling it. Um, but then after that, you start, getting into the rhythm. But sprints is different. Sprints, running and sprinting is different, isn't it? Um, so sprints, I could say full pelt, bro. If you're going full pelt, you're gonna get tired you're gonna get gassed in 20 seconds or something, bro. Like sprinters, you know, ain't 200-meter sprinters are probably the maddest athletes. 400-meter sprinters, because them man are sprinting 400 meters full pelt as hard as they can. That's some serious fitness. But then you look at marathon runners who can run for a whole marathon in 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. So it's different. But I guess if you're just saying running, I'm done by like 25 minutes. I'm feeling my ass clinch. Yeah. My biggest insecurity is being short. First thing you gotta understand, Ghost. Yeah, you're 19. Um, you're gonna grow biologically till you're 21. You can do little things to help your height a little bit more. By that I mean, just running. Running is obviously number one. Gymming, jumping, not lifting heavy weights. That should help you a little bit. But you see, you you can't look at it as an insecurity, because always tell yourself this, yeah, there is always someone in a worse scenario, bro. Like, you can walk. There are men out there who cry because they're in a wheelchair. You can walk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, society will look at you in a certain way, and yeah, it's sad as it is, bro. If you're tall, built, you walk in a room, everybody's gonna look at you in a certain way. If you're tall, trim, look presentable, wear presentable clothes, you're gonna walk into a room, you're gonna have what you say aura. It's just how nature is, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you, right? If a guy comes in big muscles, looks fit, trimmed, presentable, walks into a room in a meeting, walks into a venue, he's gonna look, he's gonna get some attention or authority. All you can do is use your insecurity and build on other securities. That's all you can do. Now you can sit here and say, you can sit by yourself in your room and moan and bitch and cry about it all your life. But man to man, that's not how we're built. Men aren't really designed to cry. Men aren't really designed to sit in a feeling all their life or for long periods of time anyways. You have to be doing, like, how can I improve myself in other ways? You could be short, but you could be a short monster, bro, like a freak in calisthenics or running or sports or business or something else, where people look at you and think, fucking hell, man, they don't even consider your height. You could make something out of your life so mad that people don't even look at you and think of the height, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a damn about Messi's height. He out jumped Rio Ferdinand. Nobody gives a damn. Yeah, nobody gives a damn. So use any insecurity that you have in your life, especially as a man, use that to push yourself to do something even bigger. And your insecurity is going to help you use that, be a driving force in your life. For years of my life, like, I didn't think I would be entertaining, or people would consider someone from Bangladesh as someone who could be online, and it's normally the African or community, or the English or Caucasian community. There's some Asian community as well. Obviously, the Pakistani brothers that are doing things and sisters that are doing things. The Indian brothers and sisters that are doing things. It's not really a lot of Bengali content creators. Very few that I come across. So I used to always think, oh, I'm not going to be. But Rance put it in my head. It's like, bro, like, the fuck are you talking about? I remember when I said this to Rant, and Rant says, "Bro, what are you talking about? You don't, you're thinking of it the totally wrong way. Use it to your advantage rather than your disadvantage." I'll never forget when Rant told me that on the phone. Jackson is coming. No, he's not. No, he's not. So fuck out of here with all of that shit. Fast is going up and down. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Today I went to the gym. I didn't do any crazy workout. Did some biceps. Keep working on the biceps. Just keeping my muscles active. Worked a bit of chest, abs, rear delts, lats. Again, just keep the upper body moving because yesterday I had a game and I showed you, man, that I got my medal from my game. Do you know what I'm saying? Which I'm proud of. Which I'm super proud of. You know what I'm saying? I got my medal and I'm super proud of it. So my ass is, my right ass cheek is hurting a lot today. And my legs are just knackered. So, and yesterday I did a 10-mile bike ride after football. I don't think you man are deep in what I said. I did a 10-mile bike ride after football. So I came home, rested, and then after the stream ended yesterday, I did a 10-mile bike ride. Man said bike ride is easy. All right, do 10 miles then. Up and downhill. Downhill is nice, but uphill, shout ya. And my right ass is hurting, my glute. There's an area of my glute that's hurting. Or not hurting, but aching or tight. My calf is tight as well. I did a lot of stretching today. Stretched my quads, my hamstrings. Did a lot of foam rolling. And then did, like I said, some weights. Just waiting for my body to recover a bit. And the recovery, how do you recover? Is cold bath, bro. Manchester or London, Manchester all day. Manchester all day. Faz, if I give you £1 million to survive in an MMA match for 5 minutes with Tom Aspinall, do you reckon you could last? For 1 mil, I'd have to. For 1 mil, I'd have to last 5 minutes, and I just have to be super, super fit to be able to run. Because Tom Aspinall would absolutely murder me in an octagon. Any pro or even semi-pro amateur MMA fighter would murder me with good training. But if I have the right training, I just need to be able to withstand punishment for 5 minutes. That's how I look at it. Don't get into a situation where you get put on the ground and you get, tapped. You get put in a what do you call it, armbar, choke or something. Stay away from ground and pound. And if you do get in a position where you're ground and pound, just withstand it as much as you can. If you get lucky where you're able to grab him up a bit, then just stay there for a while. I just gotta be able to take punishment for 5 minutes, and I'm getting £1 million. So I gotta do it. I hate how gyms are mixed. They should separate men and women. Why? What's wrong with that? Faz, I love your AC/DC shirt. Thank you very much. It's not mine. It's actually my friend's, but I have it. Recovery. I do a lot of cold bath. Good sleep is important. A lot of stretching and foam rolling is so underrated. I used to get a lot of shin splints, man, from running. And I used to always think, how can I recover from shin splints? What can I do to help myself recover from shin splints? My sister, she's not my sister, but I say my sister because that's how I treat her. Cindy, who's an Olympian boxer, she told me, Faz, live and die by foam rolling. And then when I picked up foam rolling, it changed my life. I really took foam rolling serious. It's boring. It's shit. It's pathetic. I shouldn't say it's pathetic, but it's just like very tedious, but it's so good, foam rolling. I reckon you could beat Dustin Poirier fast. He's on the downfall. I mean, with the right training, anybody has a puncher's luck. But these guys are, world class, elite athlete. MMA is scary. And speaking on MMA, funny you mentioned that. I actually want to pick up wrestling. I want to pick up wrestling, bro. On my bike ride yesterday, 3 man them on 2 Surrens. If you know what a Surren is them motorbikes that are electric, so they're rapid. I'm riding down in a long road, and there's like barely anything near me. And one of them, and they 3 guys, two on one bike and one on one bike, so 2 bikes, and they just looking at me, bro. They're blacked out, ballied up. I swear, I'm not making this up. They blacked out, ballied up. They turn at me. I look at them, and they say, "Yo," and that "yo," bro. God damn. When they said "yo," yeah, I got a different level of energy, bro. I started pedaling like a bitch. I am not willing to risk fuck all. And I had a backpack. I had my LV backpack. It ain't real anyways, but I had my LV backpack with my laptop in it. And bro, when they said "yo," I'm gone. Bro, I turned into freaking Lewis Hamilton on a bike, bro. Mike, who's he called, bro? Jason Kenny, is it? The biker? Bro, man started pedaling, and I didn't look back. I just did this. I was riding, and I didn't turn, bro. I just did this, trying to see from the corner of my eye if they turned around, bro. But see, if I had, now I have done wrestling before. It's not like I haven't done wrestling. I used to have a wrestling coach. I've done a lot of sports. I've done wrestling, tennis, a lot of sports. So I have very basics of wrestling. I'm not an elite wrestler by any means, but I have basics. My father's side were actually wrestlers, Asian wrestlers. They wrestle in sand and mud, on the outside in the field. So I have basic wrestling. Grab them by the neck, use the shoulder, elbow to turn, and wrist and whatever to turn someone. Use your ankle to twist someone. So I have basic wrestling. But wrestling training is different because it teaches you endurance in wrestling. You might know wrestling, but you might get tired after 2 minutes, if that. And if 2 or 3 men grab you up, how are you going to dispatch one of them at a time? You got to know, And I've had some basic training, elbow, whatever. It's not always about punching someone. Sometimes if they're close to you, give him one elbow, you're going to feel them. You know what I'm saying? If you're fighting 3 man, you got to deal with, you can't collapse one and then go to the next one. You got to punch one, move on to the next while he's he's dealing with whatever he's dealing with, and then you got to do it like that. Kicking as well. So I've got GoPro footage of me practicing my kicks on a bag. So I do a lot of kicking, flying kicks, knees, spinning back kick. It's all on my GoPro, to be fair. Not the sharpest, not the best aesthetically looking, but I have that in my arsenal. If I need to kick someone, straight leg kick, side kick, body kick, head kick, jumping head, swinging kick, I can kick, bro. I can kick. So if someone's approaching me fast, your arm only goes so far. You have your legs to try and hold them off a little bit and create that distance. It's a little bit. I would want to get into wrestling. When I have some more funds, I'm going to get into wrestling. I've actually made a lot of videos on my GoPro that I'm just like sifting through, understanding, learning the GoPro. If I had more attachments, I'd be able to attach the GoPro in good places. Right now, the GoPro is just like on a little tripod on a stand. So yeah, I do a lot of shin conditioning on the bags. I do a lot of forearm conditioning on the bags, because it's not always about punching. Your fingers, they're very brittle bones. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not actually that crazy. If you hit someone hard enough, your knuckles and your fingers can break and you swell up. Whereas your elbow is a much stronger, bigger bone to impact with. So if you hit someone with the elbow anywhere, even if you dig someone with the elbow, yeah, they're gonna feel them. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all about feeling. They're gonna feel. If you punch someone, they might withstand the punch, or they might block the punch. And you on the other hand are gonna. If you, for example, if you punch someone, because you're not, I'm not. When you're training these things, you're not thinking about fighting competitively with gloves and protection. If you punch someone and it lands on their forearm or their elbow, and you connect with their elbow, you're gonna feel pain, bro. Your hand is gonna fucking kill. So you gotta understand wrestling, you know. If someone's punching you, can you grab their wrist somehow? Can you grab their shoulder? And wrestlers, they wanna be close to you. They don't wanna be far, obviously. They want to be as close as possible. And when you're close to someone, they can't throw a lot of punches. You throw the best punch when you have a mid-range, right? Because that's when you connect and you move. But when you're really in combat, you want to get up close and personal with someone. So you know they throw the lower lethal shots, and you can twist them up. And throwing an elbow close range obviously is much easier. And if you elbow someone anywhere round here, it's a long day, bro. It is long day. I've never really had a fight, but I've had 2 fights in my life. I've never really had a fight. As mad as it sounds, I've never really gotten into an altercation because I'm scared what the hell I'm going to end up doing to the person, bro. I'm being deadly genuine with you. I try to avoid physical altercation because I'm just scared. Because the second time I ever fought in my life, I cracked a kid's head open with a fire extinguisher. And it was a mad thing. It was a mad thing, bro. Like, I don't even know what was going to. I just turned into a madman. I seen a fire extinguisher on the wall. I just grabbed it and bomb-clatted his head. And he had a bossa head, bro. And and that was the second time. The first time I ever had a, wallahi billahi, on my mother's life. This is a true story. Like, he kicked my shin, yeah? He kicked my shin, and it was a bit of a scuffle and buffle. And then I just said, nah, man, this ain't like, what is this, bro? I seen the corner of my eye. I swear, I can't even make this up, bro. It was during PE. This is when I used to live in Southern Ireland in school. And obviously, I always had training. You know, my dad gave me a bit of training as well. I seen fire extinguisher on the wall. I just grabbed it and I said, here, man, hold this, you puta. Grabbed the fire extinguisher, medium size, picked it up. Bossa, shut the fuck up. What? I'm like that, bro. I'm like that. The second time, sorry, that's the second time I had a fight. The first time I had a fight, it was the same guy, because he was pissy, he used to bully me. The same guy. We went to, he was always picking on me. He was always bullying me, bro. His name was Hussein. He was always bullying me, but we had the same friendship group, whatever, but he was always picking on me. And I just take it. I remember one time, yeah, we went to a rugby pitch to play football, whatever, rugby, just chilling. On the way back, the guy's just picking on me. Bro, I just grabbed him, yeah, and I just like shoved him against a street lamp. And his head just bust out, like, wow. And then the man them split it up, whatever. Okay, cool, no problem. Say no more. Cool. I just grabbed him and I just like shook. You know how you shake a bag? I just shook him against the lamppost and his head just bust out against the street lamp. Then we're walking. You know, the man them have calmed it down. We're walking. He's picking on me again, bro. He's saying mad shit again. So I'm not, bro. I don't do a sneaky punch. I won't just go up to you and punch you because that's pussy. I'm sorry, that's weak. If we're gonna do this thing, run this thing properly, like stand in front of me and let's run this thing. I don't do like sneak punches. I think that's the most unmanly thing you can do and dishonorable. You're gonna fight me, let's fight honorably. Sneaky back punches or quick punches is the most dishonorable thing you can do, bro. So again, he's picking on me, and we're walking. And in Ireland, in the village that I lived, it's very up and down village. I remember he thinking me. So he's on my left, yeah? We're walking, and there's 2 man them on my right, and he's on my left. He's picking on me. Bro, I've just like lost my shit. So I've grabbed him from the side like this, and I've turned him, and instead of punching him, I've like, done with the palm. I've just like thumped his chest. Boom, here. I was like, said, yo, pow. I've just thumped him. He's fallen backwards on my mother's life if I'm lying. He's gone backwards and he's gone through a window of a terraced like property, like a property. He's gone through the window of a property. Bro, we've seen the window go drum. Oh yeah. Guess what? On my mother's life if I'm lying. That window was the window of a police station. Ronnie me, Ronnie. Bro, next day in Ireland, that shit came up on the newspaper, bro. In the village newspaper. Bro, I was shook, man. I was shook. That's why I do not like combat, because I don't know what the hell I'm going to end up doing. I avoid any combat at any cost. Like, I do not get rattled up. I do not shout if someone pisses me off. I have great, like, I want to control myself. And obviously, I've had scuffles here and there, whatever. But I'm a very, like, calm. Because the thing is, the man them that act up tough to fight, they're the ones that really actually cannot fight, Any guy that just wants to turn it up on anything, they're not really it. And the use of weapons as well, like actual weapons to hurt someone, and I say that because I've learned, it's like I used a fire extinguisher. But yeah, it ain't it. Oh, I've had another fight as well. This was in England. This is in here. My school here. So this wasn't a fight. So this YG, not YG, he's my same age, in the same class. This is in German. Yeah? Guten Tag. In German lesson. So now, this brother, they're twins. Yeah? Both the brothers' names start with G. I don't want to say their names, but both the brothers' names start with G. One of the twins is okay with me. Other twin is also okay with me. But on this day, he's just testing my patience. Bear testy me testy. Bear testy me testy. Right? Testing my patience. I'm walking down, obviously in school, you have chairs, benches. I'm walking down one of the aisle. The man trips me. I lose my, I said, nah, man. Come on, man. You don't have to, you don't have to touch me. I've had another fight as well. I'm going to tell you. I'm starting to remember all of these fights. Fuck. So this guy in school, he's tripped me. So I've turned around and I've said, bro, what you doing? He stood up now. He sat down, he stood up. So again, I like the grabbing thing. So I've grabbed him obviously in school, we wear suit and shirt and tie. So I've grabbed him, the fold on the suit, the collar. I've grabbed him, I've pulled him out of his chair, yeah, and I've walked him down to where the teacher is sat. And I've pinned him on the teacher's table. Yeah, I've pinned him down. He's scrambling, mumbling. I've just said, yo, I've walked him to the teacher's table. Obviously, mad thing. The school know I'm not a fighter. I don't fight. I've never got it. So the school is even like, the fuck's going on here? Why is Faz fighting? Faz, he's a good kid. He doesn't fight. Yeah, his grades aren't the top of this class, but he's just a calm kid. Why the hell is he fighting? Bro, I just lost my shit, bro. I grabbed him, pulled him out of his chair. He's obviously going back. I just and he's skinny. So I've just boom, pinned him on the table, and he's scrambling like this, trying to freaking get hold of me. And then the teachers come. He's a big teacher as well. He was a big guy, man. I forgot his name, but German teacher. He split up, everybody, both of us out the class, principal's office, X, Y, and Z, and then it was calm because I didn't really instigate it, and I don't really fight, so they just let me off, Then there was this another fight, and this is probably the biggest fist fight I've had. So hear this now, yeah, I'll tell you this. This is the biggest fist fight I've had. So I used to ride bike, yeah, doing food delivery years ago. Uber Eats and Deliveroo things. Young boy. I'm a young boy. I'm 22, 23. I'm pedaling. I'm delivering food, yeah? My boy, who's still my boy now, yeah, my boy, he's in uni in Manchester University. He's in Manchester University, yeah? Calm. In Manchester Uni, or the University of Manchester, you have what you call bike shed. You keep your bikes there, yeah, in a shed. He has the code to the bike shed. So he gives me the code and I park my bike there at the end of the night and then I go home. Yeah? He parks his bike there as well. It's protected, it's locked, it's secured, it's the university's property. But because he's in uni, he gives me the code to park my, bike in there. So I remember one time, yeah, I seen this nice bike light on the floor. And I picked it up. I said, bro, it's on the floor, man. Allow it. I've seen it here. Let me grab it, man. I need a bike light. And when you're riding around doing Uber Eats and Deliveroo, you need a light, man, because taxi drivers, normal drivers, they don't give a fuck about cyclists. Fair enough. Fair enough. So I picked this light up. I've put it on my bike. I've started using it, yeah? Yo, the light is nice. Far, bro. The light is nice, bro. Big light, like this big, thick, heavy light. I was like, yo, buzzing, man. I'm using this light. Me and my boy, one day, lunchtime or afternoonish, we go to this bike shed. Me and him are in there. We just chilling, whatever. It was on the floor, bro, so I didn't think it was stealing. I just found it on the floor. It's been on the floor for time, because I've been going into the shed every day. I see equipment lying about, But I seen this light. I was like, bro, this light's been here for days. Just grab that. Someone might have, thrown it away. And I charged it. It was a USB charged it. It works. Calm. God bless me. Thank you. One of them. You're poor. You're broke. You're doing chump change deliveries. It is what it is. So using my bike, anyways. One afternoon, me and my boy we're in the bike shed, yeah. And you can imagine, bro. Bike shed is tiny. You can barely walk past the bikes, bro. It is tiny. Like tiny. We're now doing DIY on his bike. His bike needed some work doing. Me and him are getting busy like mechanics, yeah. We got tools out, spanners, everything. We're fixing his bike. In comes this one geezer, yeah. Uni student, skinny, tall, white guy. Comes in, he parks his bike. He looks at my bike and then he says, yo, where did you get this light from? Bro, my heart sank. At that point, I knew I messed up, bro. My heart sank. My boy's heart sank as well. Now, my boy, he's like 5'7", and he's baked chicken, bro. Like, he ain't got no combat in him. He does not have, bro. The soft, like chicken bone. When you have the cartilage, the soft bit, that's him, and that's okay. Yeah, he do not do fighting, bro. He does not have any fighting. You say it's a 2v1, but it's actually 1v1.5. Literally 1v1.5. And that's with no disrespect to him. So anyways, the bike, he starts challenging me, like, whose light is, how do you find this light? Where's this light from? I say, it's my light. It's my light. And the guy, obviously, he knows it's his light, bro, because he said it's got these scratches, whatever. He's describing it. I said, calm, bro. Like, there must be a misunderstanding. You know what? Fair enough. Have your light back. My brother's like, nah. It's a problem. Why'd you steal? I said, bro, I found it on the floor. Like, I'm just like, yo, it's a misunderstanding. I didn't realize it's yours. It's been on the floor for days. And he said he couldn't find it. I said, well, that's not my fault. I found it on the street. That's like someone claiming a £5 note on the street. You dropped it. You forgot, it is what it is. But you claim it's yours. I'm being a nice guy. I'm saying, all right, bro, keep it. Yeah, take it. Bro, he starts like squaring up to man and that. He said, what? It's 2v1. It's 2v1. I said, bro, we're not on that. What do you want? We're giving you the light. So there's bare hoo-ha kerfuffle. Now we are in a bike shed and the bike shed door is closed. Nobody can hear outside what the hell is going on. And the bike shed, man, them, just to give you an idea, yeah, is like this. Just to give you man an idea, yeah. Yeah, it's like this. Kinda like this, actually. Yeah. It's like this, Mandem. It's like this. You see this bike shed here? It's like this. So you can imagine bikes lined up straight, and then there's barely enough space. To get me? It's like this, bro. The bike shed, literally like this, with obviously just one door. This is a big sliding door, but my one is just one door, bro. One little door, so it's tiny. Do you know what I'm saying? Tiny bike shed, bro. So you get the point, yeah? Bike shelter. So we're in here. The door used to be there. Do you get me? So yeah, tiny bike shed, bro. So he's squaring up. We're saying, nah, we don't want no smoke. We're chilling. Take it easy. He starts squaring up 2v1, 2v1. We're saying, no. So then he's like really getting into my face, yeah, and we got a bike upside down because we were doing DIY on the bike. You get me? DIY on the bike. So then it's just on now. Now it's just like he's starting to grab me. I've grabbed him. My boys grabbed him. Yeah. And he's trying to push on, but that guy's doing nothing, bro. I've put him in a headlock. He starts screaming. He starts shouting, da da da. My boy's like, I've just told him, bro, hold him. So then after he's trying to scrap, I've given him a couple body shots. Pow, pow. He starts screaming. My boy's holding him. I'm holding him. And then I said, bro, I told my boy, open the door, open the door. So he's opened the door. I've held this guy down. Yeah. My boys opened the door and got out. I've now got this guy, yeah, in a headlock. I've told him open the door. I've then let go of the headlock and I've thrown him on all of the bikes and I've got out the bike shed and I've closed the door on him. So we locked this guy, yeah. Miniature kidnapped this guy in a bike shed, bro. He's now saying, let me out. All right, okay, we chill. I said, bro, chill, bro. Bro, chill, bro. We don't need to do this, bro. Chill. Relax, bro. What the fuck? Then after load of calming down, we open the door. The guy comes out. So now it's us three stood around like a triangle. My boy's on my right, he's on my left. Whatever, like a triangle, yeah? So he's still giving verbals. I've said, bro, chill, take your light. It's all right. We're just trying to talk it out now. He's like done this to me, to my chest. I said, bro, I just tell you one thing, yeah? Whatever it may be, just don't touch me. I've looked at him dead in his eyes and I've said, bro, whatever it is, just don't touch me. Obviously, he didn't listen, bro. He did not listen, bro. He's now touched my chest again. I looked at my boy, yeah, on my mother's, on God, on my channel. I looked at my boy. I looked up. I seen them black CCTV cameras that spin. They're like street lamps, but it's actually a CCTV. It's not. There's no light on it. It's just camera. Tall Manchester Uni. I seen the camera. I seen my boy. I looked at him. He's looking at me. And bro, I just gave him one bomber bossa bomb on his cheek, bro. Right there. The cheekbone. He's skinny as well, so it was knuckle to bone connection. Oh my days, bro. The guy when Bamboklati, he just went tum 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 like Humpty Dumpty, fell on the floor straight away. Bow, big fucking lump on his cheekbone. And I can't lie, yeah. I think I punched him and knocked some sense into him, bro. I proper knocked some. This knuckle, yeah, my ring finger knuckle, bro, swollen. I gave him one, and he just like said, "My boy, yeah." To this day, he would never. If I ring him now, he'll say, "Bro, let me see if he even answers." I don't think he'll answer, bro. He's got a kid now, bless him, man. He's all grown up and stuff. But bro, he couldn't believe the way I punched him. He could not believe. Nah, bro. I just when I said don't touch my chest and he's touching my chest, bro, that I just lost my shit. Yeah, he's not gonna answer. He's got kid and family now, my boy. So bless him. Um, so he's now on the floor. Yeah, students are walking, and now, bro, all of a sudden I look right, 5, 6 security guards. They've circled me now. Yeah. Manchester University security guards with vests on, CCTV, everything recording. The guy on the floor, he got up. Yeah, he's holding here like this. He got up. The security straight away asked him, "Do you want to press charges? You've punched one of us. Are you?" They asked me, "Are you a student?" I just said, "Nah, bro." Because my boy's a student there. I can't get off and my boy get in trouble. So I stayed with him. I said, "Nah, I'm not a student." They said, "Right." They asked the guy what happened. He said he punched me. Or he didn't say he punched me. He said like something happened. And then the security asked him, because obviously they can see that big lump. They said, "Do you want to press charges on Faz? You know, on me?" The guy said, "No." "No, I don't want to press no charges." At that point, I knew like things were calmed down. After that, bro, we've seen him later on, but things were calm. I punched him so hard, bro. My fingers were swollen for days. And then the security guards, they took my bike. Bro, my bike was my livelihood. That's how I make peas. I was pissed. But then later on that night, I went to the head of security, the kind of security control room, and I said, "Yo, you man got my bike. I want my bike, bro. Give me my bike back." But we had to like mix it and say it's not my bike, it's this guy's bike who's actually a student. So you're holding back a student's bike. And then eventually they released the bike and I got the bike back. But you see, bro, I don't like to fight, bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna end up doing. That's why it's always like stay calmer. Do you know what I'm saying? Stay calmer, bro. Man, don't really get into altercations. I don't think I can remember any altercations. Yeah, I don't think I can recall any other altercations, bro. Um, yeah, I just don't like getting into fights. You know what I'm saying? Um, don't tell me, yeah, nah, he didn't have no weapons. Why the stream so early? Because I want to finish early as well. Big up Matthew in the chat as well. And big up to everyone. Fast, what good brother? It what's good, brother? It's good to have you back. Did you get enough sleep? Yeah, I've been getting enough sleep. Yeah, yeah. My sleep is slowly getting into pattern. Do you know what I'm saying? My sleep is slowly getting into pattern, and yeah, we day 17 is going well, bro. And I'm telling a lot of people about the benefits I'm feeling. I am feeling a lot of benefits. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy with the 17 day. Like, I feel like I can't lie. I feel like now the time is flying. Like the days are just flying, bro. The days are literally just flying. So yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Day 17. Let's look at what Man United got going on though quickly. What's Man United got going on? Manchester United are currently unlikely to bid for Nicholas Jackson. Hallelujah. Thank God. Alhamdulillah. Brian Mbeumo completed his first United training session. Him and Joshua Zirkzee did some extra strength and conditioning ahead of US tour. Sully talks. ITK. You feel clarity and can focus without distractions throughout the day. And you have a lot more control, bro. You have a lot more control over your emotions. A lot more than I ever had. A lot more than I ever had. Mbuemo's wearing 19. All right. 9 plus 1 is 10. You know them man that read into horoscopes and that. 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 minus 1 is 8. Whatever you want to look at it. I know Man United are looking at a striker though. Ain't it mad? He's younger than Mbappe. It's actually crazy to think how young he is. He's younger than Mbappe. Chelsea made a late bid for Mbuemo before he joined to Manchester United. No way. Manchester United are unhappy with how Brentford conducted themselves during the negotiations of Mbuemo. Felt as though they wanted him to go Spurs or Newcastle. Arsenal showed interest and Chelsea made late attempt, but Mbuemo always wanted to go United. All right, that's class, man. Big up Mbuemo, man. He really wants to come and wear the shirt, so respect to him. He didn't go where the money is or who's got Champions League football. He's got clear attachment to Manchester United, and I can respect that. I can genuinely respect that, and he sounds honourable. Wilcox says, Brian's goals and assist record in the Premier League is exceptional. His remarkable consistency has put him amongst the most productive players in England for the last 3 seasons. Brian's belief in our project and determination to join the club confirmed that he was the perfect fit for United and the culture we are developing. We are delighted to have secured another one of our primary targets ahead of our pre-season tour. The experience is in the US will be perfect opportunity for Brian to work with Ruben and the new teammates as we prepare for an exciting season ahead. Yeah, he looks like a tough guy, bro. To shave your head bald, yeah, when you used to have some sort of hair, is a big move. It's a bold move, bro. It makes you very strong. I don't know why, but when you shave your head, your skull gets stronger. If a bald man headbutts you, yeah, you're finished. Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane. Do you know what I'm saying? If a bald man headbutts you, it's Zinedine Zidane for you, bro. Mbuemo says, as soon as I knew there was a chance to join United, I had to take the opportunity to sign for the club of my dreams, the team whose shirt I wore growing up. My mentality is to always be better than yesterday. I know that I have the spirit and character to reach another level, here learning from Ruben and playing alongside world-class players. Everybody told me about environment that is being created here and how exciting the plans are for the future. This is a massive club with an incredible stadium and amazing fans. We are really determined to challenge for the biggest trophies. All right, bro. I wish you all the best. A goalkeeper, a striker, and a DM is on the agenda. So 3 more players, and that is great. That is what I like to hear. Jadon Sancho is not close to joining Juventus. Every other day he goes up and down, so we don't know what the hell going on with Jadon. I read something on Benny McCarthy on Jadon as well, actually. I hope it's here. There's a very good chance Rasmus Højlund moves on from Manchester United. Good noise. This is good noise. Manchester United lose 210 million in valuations. Can't care. And congratulations on Cunha and his wife to the birth of their daughter. That's amazing. God bless them and their family. Surprise clause. What's the surprise clause on Marcus's deal? The first major departure, United option. United could have preferred permanent sale. Barcelona willing to cover 100% wages. Rashford who's eager. Fabrizio has now revealed that Manchester United have agreed a fee, although there are options to buy at the end. The penalty. There is this penalty. What? If Barcelona choose not to make the permanent. This penalty clause similar Chelsea. However, if Rashford indicated the fee will be smaller. Romano reported that the amount will be under 5 million, though the exact figure will remain undisclosed. So it's probably 3 million, 3 million that Man United will get. Chump change, nothing crazy. What's this?
no. Build on goals.
Yeah.
Now and before.
Hi, boss.
No. We're gonna talk after. You go and get a coffee, boss.
We're just finishing now.
Oh, you just said
it? Don't worry, this is not for you.
It's not for you. We're going to get a bit of food with you after. You've not dressed for the camera, boss, have you? You're not dressed up for the cameras.
Grab a quick coffee, boss, and we'll be with you in a sec.
Yeah, I'll settle with you.
Did you think this was for you?
Man said, I don't want to hear the nonsense you man are talking about.
How was that for you? And dealing with that, not being picked when you know how good you are?
A couple of sides to that, to be honest. And Can I, you know,
So that's not the gaffer's phone. Go on.
you want to go again? Or you,
No, go on, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's the gaffer. We just got to get one. Build on goals
yeah.
now and,
Yeah.
and before.
Man just come here. I love Alex, man. So Alex, man. Man just come and say, yo, what's this? I'm not here to listen to your nonsense, you know. Fuck it. Hurry up, man. Oh, Sir Alex, man. What a G, man. What a G, man. Alejandro Sancho, Anthony Tyrell will not travel to US. Whee! Wish, 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 whoosh. Washy me washy. Yeah. Damn. Damn. Marcus passed his medical. United do not have a recall option. Safe. Safe. Galatasaray rejected by Man United goalkeeper target. There was something on Benny McCarthy. He said something about Sancho, bro. Let me see if I can get it up. Oh, there it is. Gladys, there you go.
Player you worked with. I have to ask you, because he's another player you worked with, was Jadon Sancho. We obviously saw him stun the world.
Sound is really low. Hold on, let me increase the sound.
I have to ask you, because he's another player you worked with, was Jadon Sancho. We obviously saw him stun the world at Dortmund. He was very exciting. Why do you think it didn't quite work out at United for him?
The
Just a
volume's
bit
too
of
low, bro.
communication problems, really, because Sanchez is a very quiet guy. Jadon is, no one knows literally nothing about Jadon. Jadon comes in, he does his job, he does his work, and then he's just like very quiet, but great boy, great character, fantastic footballer, unbelievable the things that he can do, you know. So for me, it was a real shame that it didn't work out for Jadon at United, because I thought he was the type of player that would flourish in a United shirt. But unfortunately, I think lack of communication and understanding, I think, was part of the downside that didn't end up working with Sanch.
Safe.
Yeah, I see he's at Chelsea now, so
Do
hopefully
you think he can bounce back?
he's closer to home, because he did sneak out to come to London quite a lot. So
Safe.
probably the fact that he was missing home and, you know, just wanted to be a bit closer to
Some footballers struggle with this. Some footballers struggle with being away from home, don't they? And like Benny said, he just was a very introverted person. He likes to do his job and go home. And I read somewhere as well that Jadon didn't but Jadon wasn't really communicating, or the banterous and funny things with the teammates. He just like kept himself to himself, did his training, trained well, and went home.
family and friends and, you know, his culture. And the London culture is quite strong, so I think Jadon maybe wanted more of that, so that's why he kept on. He was London quite a lot. And so now he is closer to home, so hopefully he can find
I hear
that
it.
peace.
I hear it, man. I know exactly what he's on about. I know a lot of footballers that love just traveling home, bro. But I know some footballers that are just calm being in their space. It just depends from person to person, and there's no wrong or right in it.
Can find that bit of magic that he found when he went to Dortmund, and he gets the love that he deserves from the coaching staff, the players. And
that's a fair point. How does he play the way he plays in Dortmund then, considering how he kept going to London when he was in Manchester? So that's something that you can question, like, how did he perform the way he did in Chelsea or Dortmund, but in Manchester he just didn't fit.
I think, yeah, he will just turn out to be a special player again.
It's Jadon Sancho.
It's a shame. It's a shame, man. Jadon Sancho has asked to. Oh, that was time ago. Yeah,
Because I think
it's a
every
shame, man.
single one that knows Sanch that would want him to, be at that level because
And he said as well, I remember Benny said as well, that Jaden was like unplayable sometimes in training. He was like unplayable, bro. But Eric Ten Hag wanted him to be at the best every single day of the week, which was just tough for him sometimes. But yeah, he was like in training, he was just like Benny said, sometimes he'd look at him and think, how the hell is he doing the things that he's doing? It's just mad how good of a player he was, or is, sorry, but it's just not worked out in Manchester, and he didn't replicate as much, which is a shame, which is a real shame. You know what I'm saying? And wherever he goes, the fact is, and the weird reality is, wherever Jaden goes, he's going to do really well. He's going to do really well. And that's just a sad reality. That's just a sad reality. I wanted to watch another video as well. Let me bring it up. Hold on. I wanted to watch this video with you guys today.
Most athletes say they want to be
8 things insanely consistent athletes do that you don't.
consistent, but very few actually are. I coach pro athletes around the world on the mental game, and I've seen the same patterns over and over again.
Mental
the athletes who
performance
perform
coach.
consistently, they think differently, train differently, and approach so many other parts of their craft differently. So in this video, I'm breaking down the 8 things consistent athletes do that you probably don't. So you can finally stop the cycle of good game, bad game, average game, and start showing up as your best every time. So let's get started. Okay, so for the first thing, I want to tell you about 2 kinds of athletes I've seen over and over again. Athlete 1 shows up to the first day of preseason looking like he hasn't kicked a ball in 2 months. He's puffing during the warm-up, touch is heavy, and the coach is already giving him that seriously look. Why? Because he thought preseason was the time to get fit again. Then there's athlete 2. This guy shows up ready, like really ready. Turns out while everyone else was chilling, he'd already been training for 3 weeks on his own, dialing things in, not killing himself, not going 100% every day, but just staying sharp, maintaining 80% of the time and pushing 20% of the time. Now let me ask you, who do you think performs better in the first few games of the season? That's because athlete number 1 doesn't fall into the trap of being a time of year. Most athletes need 5 to 6 matches just to find their rhythm, but the consistent ones, they hit the ground running because they don't train based on the time of year. They train based on their standards. See, insanely consistent athletes don't have an on and off switch. They don't suddenly become focused just because it's pre-season. Their engine is always ticking over. They rest smart, they train smart, but they never go missing. And that's why they don't need a warm-up period to ease into the new season. They're insanely consistent in their effort, which leads to consistency in performance.
Yep, facts. Huge facts.
Right, so for habit number 2, let me tell you about something I've noticed about nearly every insanely consistent athlete that I've worked with. They have to win at everything. It could be their sport, sure, but it could also be cards on the team bus, a recovery pool race, or even the family game of Monopoly. These athletes treat everything like it's a championship final. Who can do it first? Who can go furthest? Who can outwork, outthink, outcompete the rest? Now, to some people, this might sound extreme, but here's the truth. That kind of relentless competitiveness, well, it bleeds into everything. When you're wired to win every small battle, you build a mindset that refuses to accept losing in the big ones. So when they're 2-0 down with 15 minutes to go, they're not checking out. They're thinking, how do we flip this? How can I spark a comeback?
Amazing.
They have a never say die attitude, not because they're just hopeful, but because that fight has been trained in the small things. All the mini games, the moments that most people think don't matter. But to them, everything matters. That's how they stay consistent. That's how they turn games around. And that's why when the pressure hits, they rise. So next up, let me tell you about a kid named Jude Bellingham. When he was 10 years old, he wrote in a school project that he wanted to play for England and become a football legend. Not play
Safe.
pro, not make the first team at Birmingham, play for England and become a legend. Now, some of the teachers thought it was a bit much, a bit unrealistic, but he didn't care. Because for him, dreaming
Man said at 10 years old, you know.
big enough to make people uncomfortable wasn't a problem. It was the standard. Fast forward a decade and he's 20 years old, wearing the number 5 shirt at Real Madrid, dominating El Clasicos, and already one of England's most important players.
Wow.
Coincidence? No chance.
Wow, that is mad, bro. You gotta respect Jude, whether you like him as a footballer or not. Man plays for Real, and he's right. He's He's one of the most important players in England.
See, the most consistent athletes I've coached or studied all have this trait. They set goals that are so big that they make other people squirm. It's not about arrogance, it's about creating a North Star, something that's so bold, so ambitious that it forces them to level up in training, in mindset, in habits. Most athletes set safe goals. I just want to improve. I hope I make the team. But the ones who really separate themselves, they set goals that feel wild, a little unbelievable, even a little embarrassing to admit. And that's exactly why they stay locked in over the long term. Because
they literally be putting so much crazy pressure on themselves that it makes other people even uncomfortable when they say what their aspirations are. That's called mentality, bro.
playing small doesn't fuel consistency, but chasing something massive, that will keep you focused even on the rough days. Next, let me tell you about something that most athletes completely overlook. Everyone's obsessed with improving their fitness, their touch, their strength, and yeah, that stuff is all important, but the smartest, most consistent athletes, they train their brain just as hard as
Oh, Kirk Cousins. I've seen this, man. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has a book. Not one book, but has numerous books of him writing down plays from almost like every game, and he studies the opposition. And it is mad. Like, he's got a pile of books that he's handwritten of plays of his team and the opposition team to study. And whenever he goes and faces that team again, he studies the players, the coaches, the defensive coaches.
their body. I work with players who are technically gifted, explosive, strong, but they make the same mistakes every single week because their decision making is slow. They don't read the game early enough. They don't scan. They don't anticipate danger before it happens. Meanwhile, you've got these other athletes, the one who seem to always be in the right place, always at the right time, and always making the right choice. It's not magic.
Big up Mark, man.
They've trained their game intelligence. And not just by playing more games, but by using tools off the pitch that sharpen how they think in the game. See, elite athletes don't just rely on experience to get smarter. They simulate it. They rehearse patterns. They train their brain to process game situations quicker than everyone else. And if you actually want to train your game intelligence the way top players do, not just hope that it improves gradually over time, then you should definitely use Be Your Best, who I'm delighted to say at today's video, radar pressure, pulled straight from professional. Still stay mentally in home. You're serious, smarter, and make better decisions. Be Your Best for support. Back players would start back pass straight into the path of a striker. Goal. Down 1-0, nightmare start. Now, most players would start spiraling. You know the feeling. Head drops, your legs go heavy, you start hiding, trying not to mess up again. But this player, he just sprints to get the ball out of the net. No gestures, no drama, and then he plays the next 85 minutes like it never happened. Total focus, total presence. That's what separates insanely consistent athletes from everyone else. They relentlessly stay in the next play mindset. Whether it's a brutal mistake or a brilliant moment, they process it fast and move on even faster. No sulking, no celebrating for too long, no emotional roller coaster, just straight back to business. They've trained themselves to not get stuck in the past, even if that past happened 5 seconds ago. And this isn't just about being tough, it's about staying available, mentally available to do
this sort of mentality is actually crazy. Do you know how many years of just mad dedication and mental resilience you have to have? Obviously it's not normal and
job over
somewhat
and
crazy.
over again with total clarity. Because when you live in the past, you
like Rafa Nadal, for example,
hesitate
or
in the
Djokovic.
present. And when you hesitate at the top level, it's over. So ask yourself, are you performing each play like it's the only one that matters? Or are you still thinking about what already happened or what might happen next? The best don't just have short memories, they have laser focus on what's in front of them right now. That's how they stay consistent. That's how they stay dangerous. Okay, so next up, picture this. 2 skaters, same event, same challenge, both lining up to throw a massive kickflip over a 10-stair rail during their run. First skater goes for it, misses, bad fall. He gets up, but something's different. His head drops, his energy shifts. He drags his board back up, kind of goes through the motions on the next trick, and bails again. And you can see it happening in real time. 1 missed moment turns into 2, turns into a whole run falling apart. Now the second skater, same trick, same slam, maybe even worse honestly. But he pops back up, gives a quick nod to the crowd, maybe even cracks a grin. And then something crazy happens. He lands the next trick, then another and another. You can feel the shift, not just in him, but the whole vibe of the run. He's rolling with momentum now. He finishes strong. Didn't win the competition, but you could tell he walked away proud, because he gave himself a real shot at redemption. So what made the difference? It wasn't skill. They were evenly matched. It was this one thing. A mindset that said, that fall doesn't define me.
That is mad, bro. You know, Mark, you're right. Like, every day to live like this, people around you would get sick of you. Because you're just obsessed about being perfect every day or just living a certain way every day. everybody around you would get sick of you because this is not normal mentality. This is you can't be normal to be elitist of, the highest of the highest level, the top. You can't be normal. And almost people, these athletes will sacrifice anything and anyone to just maintain that resilience and consistency.
Not done yet. That's the power of infectious optimism. Most people think of optimism as some sort of feel-good bonus, like it's a nice to have, but it's not essential. But in moments like these, it's everything. It's what stops a spiral before it starts. It's what keeps you engaged when it could be easier to check out. And it's what turns a potential collapse into a comeback. This kind of belief, it spreads. Teammates feel it, coaches feel it. Most importantly, you feel it. It's not fake positivity. It's not ignoring failure. It's trusting that there's still something good ahead if you keep showing up. And that's what elite performers do. They just have this deep-rooted belief that things will work out, that things will get better. It's what
some of Ronaldo's goals and comebacks, man, is crazy. It's just fuck, man. Some of his comebacks in his career, bro. Rafa Nadal, Djokovic, Federer, Lewis Hamilton. These guys are you can't be like these guys, bro. They're just on another level. They left humanity behind. It's almost like an out of body experience every day because of how dedicated you are. You don't care about you're almost emotionless because you're so immersed and submerged into the feeling of giving everything you have every second, every day of your life for this one thing that you want to do. It's mad.
protects them from all the setbacks, the failures, and the obstacles that elite sport throws their way. All right, let me now tell you something that I've seen play out in elite sport time and time again. There's a golfer I did some work with a while back. He's got everything, the mechanics, mindset, work ethic, all there. But something felt off. Results weren't matching the effort. When we dug deep into it, you know what came up? Every time he hit a rough patch, his coach went quiet. Gave the same generic feedback, kind of just nodded through sessions, no passion, no fire, and
Big
eventually the
good,
athlete
bro.
started
Hope you're
wondering,
well.
does this person even believe I can do this anymore? Compare that to a tennis player that I worked with. They'd been with the same coach for years, not because the coach had some magic training plan, but because when this athlete was injured, when they were losing, when it looked like the dream might be slipping away, that coach showed up even stronger. That coach reminded them who they were, pushed them, challenged them, believed, loudly and consistently. And that belief, it became fuel. Here's the thing most people miss. The most consistent athletes aren't just ruthless with their training, they're ruthless with their circle. If
Yep.
you're not
What did I
fully in
say?
on their journey, if you're not fully
What did I
convinced that
say?
they're going to get to where they're going, they will cut you loose. Even if you're a great coach,
What did
even
I
if
say?
you're a close friend. Because consistent performance demands consistent reinforcement,
I told you.
especially during those moments of doubt.
because you don't want to be around. Of course, you'll have people who don't believe in you and people think, okay, maybe you're not good enough and whatever. But you want to be. Nobody's born perfect and nobody's born elite, you know. But you need people that will believe and push and say, you can do it by working and putting it in. You can do it. Nobody's born the best fighter, the best footballer, the best golfer, the best tennis player. Nobody's born best at anything. But you become the best by having this circle who believe so much that you will do it.
The best athletes know when their own belief starts to flicker, they need someone beside them
Yep.
holding the flame. That's why who you surround yourself with matters just as much as how you train. It's not about surrounding yourself with yes men. It's about having people in your corner who remind you of your mission. People who see that version of you that shows up when everything is clicking, even when you don't. And so for the next thing, let's
Yep.
talk about long distance cyclists. So imagine you're on a 100-mile ride, alone on an endless stretch of road. No cheering crowds, no sudden adrenaline spikes, just you, the hum of your wheels, and the miles and miles of flat asphalt ahead. You've not even got headphones in to pass the time with music or a podcast. Just you and the bike for hours. Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's pouring rain. The scenery barely changes, it's just boring. Most people would call it torture. The mind starts wandering, doubt creeps in. How much further is this? Why am I even doing this? I'm tired, maybe I should quit. That's exactly where most riders crack. But the ones who keep crushing these rides, they've mastered the art of tactical boredom. They don't fight the monotony, they embrace it. They know that this boredom is actually a chance to build mental toughness, patience.
I'll tell you, this is so mad. I'll tell you this, yeah. I remember when my boy, you know, the one that plays professional, he got me to do running. And running is such a boring thing, bro. You know, it's such a boring thing. But I'll never, ever, ever be able to thank him enough for teaching me the art of running, bro. Because I remember the first times when I used to do 5Ks, I used to call him and say, bro, like, I started seeing demons. On God, I'm not lying. I started seeing things when you're running and you're so bored. Now, I've ran before, but not consistently. Never consistently, or to try and improve and better my fitness. I just ran like, yeah, I'm running to get my whatever steps in. But I've never run to shapeshift, you know, to do my transformation that I did. And I remember telling him, bro, like, and he used to tell me, bro, it's just autopilot. Then another one of my best friend, my sister Cindy, she told me, run without headphones. Try running without headphones, because that is a different level of mental strength. Any form of fitness or athleticism is not about your body, it is about your brain. Just to test yourself to your level, you should never know what your level is, because you're always pushing past it. Always. You do it 5K in 30 minutes. Next time you want to do it in 29.5 minutes. Then the next one you want to do 29. You just want to push. So you should never know your level, because every day or every other time you're trying to do a little bit more so you can beat that level. And I remember, bro, when I was doing them sprints, I was like, there's been days when I felt sick. I have had days when I have cried after running, bro, because of the emotional, like, strain. I've had gym staff members come up to me and say if I'm okay. Like, it weren't by any means normal for me to lose 28 kilos in 2.5 months, bro. And to keep it off, by the way, as well. It was no, like, and I'm never ever gonna be like thankful enough for my friend to really put me in there, and then, like, you know, just put me in the pit of fire. That's all it was. I remember, bro, I used to run off from the treadmill because I was heavy, bro. And my boy would grab me, scratch me. I'd be on the floor, and he would drag me with my legs, bro. And people in the gym, the staff members are looking, thinking, what the fuck is going on? You stay on that shit, bro. You stay on that shit, man.
Focus. Instead of fighting the endless repetition, they use it to zone in on their breathing.
And I started using the running as a method of me doing things in life. So when I'm running or when I'm sprinting, I think of it like, if I get to the end of this and be successful in completing this run, I can be successful in my YouTube, in my life, in my relationships, in my career, in anything. And tactical boredom, that is what it's called. You know, you really start talking to yourself. You start, like, same thing with the fast, bro. Everybody's telling me not to do it, not to do the fast. But I'm so focused that in the end, if I can finish it, if I can finish the fast, then I can finish something else as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I can use that skill and that mindset and put it into something else. So it's just about consistency. It is simply about consistency. You just keep going. My other boy who's in the army, he says the same thing. Just, bro, 20 miles that way with 20 kg, 30 kg weight on you, with your bulletproof gun, tent, all your essentials. It's about 20 kilos. Just 20 miles that way, bro. And that, just, yeah, bro. And it isn't normal. It is not normal. 90 5% of the people are not going to be able to sustain it. They will break. They will break and they will say, I can't do it. I can't do this anymore. I don't have it in me. I'm knackered. I'm tired. You know, I can't. Bro, after football yesterday, I played a tournament of 4 games. Overall, I think the tournament running, I played about 70 minutes across all the games. I did a 10-mile bike ride. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. I started biking at 2 a.m. yesterday, bro. And I finished at like 3 a.m. I think I started at 1:50 a.m. 10 to 2 or something like that. Or 20. And then I was just like, bro, just churning the miles, bro. You start going crazy. You actually start losing your shit. To really understand, like I said it before a couple of streams ago, is do an autopsy on yourself whilst you're alive, bro. And you really tap into like your inner strength of what you are capable of doing. What you are capable of doing. You say you're done, you're finished. You ain't done. That's just your brain and your muscles fighting each other. Now imagine living like this every single day, bro. I biked to the gym today, did my recovery, still lifted some weights. It's just the constant feeling of not enough. I haven't done enough. The constant, and it's psychotic. It's not normal. Therapist, any psychologist will tell you, bro, this shit is not normal. This shit is not normal. Do you get what I'm saying? But you feel most alive the closer you are to death. You know, when your heart is pounding and you can't breathe and your legs are giving in and you're breathing heavy, you feel like you're done. That's it. You can't. Your knees are aching. You can't. You're just simply not taking enough air for your oxygen, for your heart to pump, and you think, bro, I really want to quit. I really want to quit. Damn. What's KYM, my bro? Faz, you heard of the guy Brian Johnson who wants to live forever? No, I have not heard of Brian Johnson, my guy. That's why man go skydiving and shit like that, yeah.
Their cadence and their pacing. They turn the boring hours into a kind of moving meditation, mentally preparing themselves for every pain point, every climb, every headwind. Because when race day or a brutal training ride comes, it's not the steep hills or the wind that breaks them, it's losing their focus in those long, uneventful stretches. By deliberately seeking out and embracing boredom during training, they train their mind to stay locked in, steady and unshakable when it matters most. It's uncomfortable, it's lonely, and it's the exact opposite of the instant gratification that most athletes want. But that tactical boredom, it's what lets them push through when everyone else is fading. Being consistent is actually boring because it just means doing the same thing day in, day out for thousands of hours of your life. Now, there are rare, exciting moments in training and performance, things like scoring or crossing the finish line, but most of the time it's just doing these same monotonous routines over and over again. And if you don't develop a super high tolerance for boredom, consistency will always evade you. But you can only develop this tolerance if you've mastered your motivation as an athlete. And to help you do that, check out this video next.
Safe. I wanted to watch this with you lot today. But yeah, bro, consistency is the payment of everything. You know, it's the payment of everything. But Mandim, listen, I'm gonna head off now. I'm gonna go chill. That's why I started the stream early, so I can finish early. But yeah. I'm planning to not stream the next couple of days. I'm gonna try and do a stream anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna try and stream, but I might be doing a couple things. So if I don't stream, there will at least be a video of what's going on throughout the day. So yeah, listen, people. Take it easy. Peace, love, and guidance, and I'll catch you guys on tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna try and stream anyways because I've been streaming every day, so I don't want to miss it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to miss it. So yeah, keep these streams in your mind, man. Push yourselves every day. You can do better than what you did today, tomorrow. Today is gone, you know. Yesterday is long gone. So make sure you, man, stick at the grind, bro. Whatever you want to achieve in life, you can do it, bro. You can do it. Just gotta work towards it and stay consistent. That's all it is. Staying consistent every day. All right, people. Peace, love, and guidance. I'll catch you tomorrow, man. Love to everyone for tuning in. And yeah, long may the mileage continue. I'm out, people. Oh, never sadness, always happiness.